Okay.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to let you know it wasn't on yet.
Hi, Facebook.
We'll just wave again. Yes, but you see, let me know when it's on.
Let me just talk to them. Hi, Facebook. I am Sarah Mandracina, and I will be your host tonight for our Glam Night Makeover. We're just waiting a few more minutes for people to hop on, and we'll get started. So, hey, Angie, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight on Facebook. So we are doing this on Zoom as well as Facebook. Hey, Jeanette. So we have multiple ways for people to watch us. And we're going to try to keep the background noise to a minimum on Zoom so that on Facebook you can hear really well. And if you have...
I'll go ahead, Sarah, I'll go ahead and mute the participants now.
Yep.
And then you'll have to unmute yourself real quick.
Yep.
I mean, okay. Okay, you can unmute yourself.
Okay. So thank you for joining us. And we're going to be showing a lot of beauty tips tonight. What we're going to be doing is focusing on this glam night, but I am making this a little different than normal because we have a couple specials going on right now with
recording in progress.
Mary Kay. And hold on, we're recording this. Okay. So Steph, do you want me to just go ahead and get started?
Let me just announce real quick about just, if I can tell the Facebook world again, because they weren't on, we were hearing that, I think, but just anybody, once again, I'll say it one last time, anybody who did not get your name entered into the drawing, we're doing an online entry to make sure you put your name and your consultant's name either in the message on Facebook or go ahead and do it in the chat bar in Zoom. Then before we do it, we'll go ahead and ask one more time. So I'm going to turn it over to makeup extraordinaire sales director Sarah Mandracina. So take it away, Sarah.
Thank you. Can everybody see me okay? I want to make sure that I am close enough to the camera. I can get closer if I have to. Okay, thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Sarah Mandracina, and I will be your host and teaching you some really great beauty tips. I'm going to be focusing on these beauty tips tonight a little bit on mature skin, but this does not mean that these tips are not going to still be valuable if you're 20 years old. Because when it comes to mature skin, that can mean a couple different things. Number one, it could mean age, but it also could mean you are in the sun a lot, or you have a lot of sun damage, or you maybe have experienced tanning beds, or maybe you are a smoker and it has matured your skin. There's lots of reasons why these tips will be good for women, not just age alone, okay? So I'm over 40 and I love giving women over 40 beauty tips because we need to feel confident in our own skin as we mature. And so that's why I wanted to share this with you tonight, because instead of just showing you how to do makeup, I'm going to show you how to do it to enhance your beauty where you are right now or where you may be going. So even if you are 20, take these tips down because you'll be happy you have them. So get your notepads and pens out. In addition, thank you, Facebook. I see all you joining on Facebook. And if you have questions on Facebook, please put them in the chat. We do have somebody specifically manning the Facebook, and we'll be able to answer your questions for that, okay? And same thing with Zoom. We have somebody watching both things so that I can just keep on talking. So one of the things we're going to be talking about is basically how to have gorgeous glowing skin and gorgeous glowing makeup. But here's the thing. You can't have gorgeous glowing makeup unless you have the base of your skin under control first. So what do I mean by that is I mean skincare. I'm not going to go in great detail about skincare, but one of the things I did want to bring to your attention is because we are now exiting, not quite out of summer yet, but you know, we're getting closer to the fall lineup, so to speak, of weather and just, you know, the time of year. I personally in my business have been noticing women asking me a lot of questions about discoloration of their skin and about sunspots and about brightening their skin and about how helping that area of their skin specifically. So that brought me to thinking this would be a good thing for me to introduce you to and chat with you about today. And that is, if you feel like your skin isn't as fabulous as you would like it to be, this is the time for you to talk to your Mary Kay beauty consultant about introducing skin serums into your skincare routine. I think a lot of times women, you know, want to just do the bare minimum sometimes, and they don't realize the importance and the benefit of skin serums. So if you are a woman feeling that way, maybe you just feel like you want more oomph in your skin, you want more glow, you want to take your skincare to the next level, that is a good signal or sign that you need to talk to your Mary Kay consultant about introducing skin serums. And what I'm going to show you right here is there's different serums for different results. There's different serums for different goals, and there's different serums for different skin types pretty much. So that's why your Mary Kay beauty consultant is such a valuable person in your life. Think of her as your concierge beauty guru that really can help you fine tune what's not only best for your skin, but also what you need versus what you don't need. Because one of the great things about Mary Kay is all of our products are 100% guaranteed. And what that means is you can try something before you buy it. And if you do buy it and it doesn't work out for you and it's not the perfect formula or the serum is not the right type, it doesn't cost you any money to return it. It doesn't cost your Mary Kay beauty consultant any money to exchange it for you. She'll take care of it. So there's nothing else out there in the beauty world that will take care of you like that. So that this is a great way for you to learn about products as well as explore and find the right fit for you. And I always tell women this, just because a product exists does not mean it's right for you. That's really important in the day and age we're in now with TikTok everything and all these trends you see. And if you walk into some corner store that sells beauty things, you know, just because it's there doesn't mean you need it, okay? So I just want to put that out there for you because I think this world can be a little overwhelming sometimes, but that's the value in beauty and working with your Mary Kay girl is that she's there to handhold you and customize what you do need versus what you don't need. And she will tell you if you don't need something. So that's just my little tidbit. But because I was just mentioning about skin discoloration, and you can either raise your hand or put in the chat box, do any of you feel as though this time of year you start noticing some things on your skin that you wish were not there? Either raise your hand if you're on Zoom or just put, you know, me in the chat box, because I'm hearing this a lot from women. And the reason that's happening is because you're out in the sun more, whether it's driving in your car. Most of your sun exposure comes from just driving simply in your car, or you might be at the pool or beach more often or sitting outside in your deck, whatever it may be. And what's happening is you are getting sun exposure, whether it's direct or indirect. And what's happening is as we age, the pigmentation of our skin can get discolored in little spots all over our skin. It can be tiny, tiny, tiny. It can be a little bit bigger. It can be big. And what happens is as this part's getting slightly darker, so is this. So if you have a spot here that's faded right now, like say in the wintertime, in the summer, that spot's gonna get darker as well as this. So what happens is when fall starts kicking in, this starts to fade in color, right? Because you're losing your tan, but the dark spot doesn't go away. So it looks more pronounced. And that's what's starting to happen because people are coming back from their beach trips and they're losing their tan, and that's what we're seeing. So if that's where you fall, I have the perfect solution for you. Your beauty consultant can share this with you. We have lots of options, but my favorite is the Mary Kay Furlic Nimacide Brightener. And this is our Clinical Solutions Skin Booster. And this product you would go on your skin right after you wash your face before you put anything else on. And it's a derma cosmetic, which means it's a combination of skincare and dermatology. So it's very potent ingredients. It brightens. It has 3 key ingredients in it: navy bean extract, ferulic acid, and niacinamide, which is a vitamin B3. So those 3 things work together to help even the skin tone, brighten the skin tone, and reduce discoloration. So it's one of my personal secrets to why my skin looks so bright. And I get questioned about my skin brightness quite often, and this I have to attribute. I use it morning and night. So if you find yourself in that situation right now, talk to your beauty gal about this. And it's a great time to revisit her because Mary Kay also is having our Mary Kay Model Contest Makeover right now through the end of August. So all the tips I'm giving you tonight, I'm going to invite you to reach out to your Mary Kay consultant and schedule your personal refresher, checkup from the neck up, or brand new makeover with her, either virtually. She can do this through Zoom or through FaceTime, or in person, depending on where you live and what your availability is. So she will provide you everything you need to actually have a full experience, to take what we talk about tonight and actually use it on your own face. And you'll be able to revisit these and replay if you want to watch these videos again. Okay, so that is just my little spiel about skin serums because it's very valuable right now. Now, there's a couple trends going on right now. And because we're talking about brightening and lifting the skin in our, as we mature or whatever type of skin you have. Am I bright enough on Zoom? Do I look bright enough? Yes, okay. I'm just gonna see if I can brighten this a little bit more just because I don't want to be too bright, but I think I'm as bright as I can go. Okay, I'm losing some of my lighting from outside, so I want to make sure that I can be seen because the camera quality is so much better on the phone, so I have two things going. Okay, let's talk about mature skin. So I am in my mid 40s. I already have foundation on, okay? So your foundation will never look fantastic unless you take good care of your skin. So let's assume you all already take great care of your skin. You're using your Mary Kay skincare because that's the best skincare you're going to get on your face, I promise you. I've been using it since I was 14 years old. I will not put anything else on my face. You can't pay me to put anything else on my face. So this is one of my favorite tricks right now. This is a trend that's going around. However, Mary Kay has had this product for quite some time. This is a naturally moisture stick. And you can kind of think of this as a miracle balm. It kind of does everything, a multi-use product, but it is part of our naturally skincare line. And why I like this product is because as we age, sometimes we get a little bit of dryness through here and we lose a lot of hydration. The skin through our eye area is very dry sometimes. And as the season changes, you will notice that happening as well. Now, I already have foundation on, like I said, okay? I already have eye cream underneath all that. I did my basic skincare routine normally, like I always do. And before I do any other makeup under my eyes, I like taking my Naturally Moisture Stick and I like to take it under my eyes. It's like an eye balm. These are very popular right now. It's an eye balm, but the best thing about this eye balm is that you can also use it as lip balm. You can also use it on your cheeks to give a nice, beautiful glow on your cheeks, especially if you have mature skin through here. If you're in your 50s or higher, you will notice that this area of your face can sometimes look very dry and sometimes just look more sallow. This will really help give you a beautiful natural glow on your cheekbone. You can see that right here. See how it gave me a nice natural glow? So I like this because it just hydrates under my eyes, doesn't feel heavy. And now I'm going to apply my concealer under my eyes. It does not cake. It does not build up. It makes everything just so smooth and flawless. So if you have problems with your concealer, try this and you're going to love it. So Mary Kay has two eye products that we use for controlling dark circles and concealing. One of them is called our Under Eye Corrector. They look the same in the same tube. The other one is our Perfecting Concealer. I'm going to talk about both of these and use both of these. Now, if you find that you are the kind of person that you maybe have a lot of maturity under your eye area, and that's your biggest problem, outside of dark circles, things collect there. One of the things I can give you as a beauty tip is to take your Mary Kay finishing spray, this is the makeup finishing spray, spritz your concealer brush, which it looks like this. It's a flat brush. Okay, just spritz it, give it a little spritz, and then use it to apply your concealer that way. It's going to help set it and forget it, and it's going to help your makeup last longer without collecting if you have that challenge. So I'm going to be looking at a couple different mirrors because, again, as I said, I'm in my mid-40s, so I really want to be closer to you than I am. But I'm putting my under eye corrector in the inner corner of my eye right here. I'm also going to put a little bit in the inner corner of my eye right there. This is the corrector, which is going to help brighten me up, also help correct any kind of blue and purple undertones I get. I'm taking that brush that I just sprayed with the finishing spray, and I'm blending it under my eye, under and across. I'm taking this outer part right here and going up, okay? Now I'm going to come back to this at the very end of my makeup and kind of show you some other tips about it. But in general, when you apply your under eye corrector, you want to go less is more because you can always add more. Putting too much on is a problem. You might see people, if you follow anything on social media, you might see people doing like these large triangles and putting a lot of product on. You don't need a lot of product with Mary Kay. That's one of the beautiful things about our products is that we are a skincare based company. So our makeup is actually skincare based. So with that advantage, the advantage of that is that you are getting the benefits of not only using your Mary Kay skincare, but Mary Kay's made our makeup to be skincare based, which means you can layer it. It's never going to look thick and heavy, and you don't need very much of it. So that's a really nice perk. Now I'm taking my Perfecting Concealer and I'm just doing, do you see how little I'm using? Do you see how little? I'm also going to do a little on my lid because I want to use my concealer as a great hold for my eyeshadow I'm going to put on later. So you can use your concealer on your lid all the way up to your entire eye. The smallest amount goes a long way. It neutralizes those veins that we have up there and the pink and the purple from those veins. And it also helps your eyeshadow hold. And I'm just taking that concealer I put in the inner corner and I'm blending it down here where I had those dark circles. My dark circles are typically right through here. I don't have a lot out here. If you have more, then you're going to conceal a little bit more. But that's why I put a little extra on the outer corner so I can just blend it up through here. And blending it up is giving me this visualization of lifting my eye. The whole thing about makeup is it's an illusion. You're already beautiful the way you are. You do not have to wear makeup to be beautiful. However, makeup may make you feel more beautiful and make you feel more confident. So these are just illusions that you can use with your makeup to help give you that extra boost of confidence. And I would say that every woman could use an extra boost of confidence every now and again. So whatever makes you feel confident. So that's what I just did to help cover up dark circles under my eyes. And you can see the difference between my two eyes. This one has no eye makeup on, this one does. And what I like about this is that it doesn't feel heavy and it's very light. Now, the next beauty tip I want to give you is we're going to talk a little bit about blush. Okay, I'm going to be bouncing around a little bit. So I'm kind of giving you 5 different beauty tips. Actually, before I do that, let's do the brows. Let's do the brow tip first because we're kind of in the eye area. So I already have my eyebrows filled in, okay? I'm not going to go in depth about how to fill your brows, but I want to show you something. Can you see how this brow here, it kind of goes downward like this? You see that? No, that's nothing, that's not abnormal because it shapes my eye and that's what brows do. But as we mature, we want the illusion of being lifted and pulled up. Can you see how this brow, ever so slightly, is not going down as much? Can you guys see that? What I did was this brow is filled in and I just went like this, filled it in like normal. Whereas this side, what I did was I took my brow pencil, like I normally would fill in my brows, short little small strokes. And when I got to about halfway, I kind of took the brow pencil and flickered it up and out. And I didn't go curve, I kind of went up and out so that it kind of fills it in a more upward manner versus it being pulling my face down. So this one kind of pulls the eye down more, where this one kind of gives me a little bit more of a lift. And when my makeup is completely complete, this will be more of a visual for you that you can see. But you can see the difference. This one is not as angled down as much. So kind of pulling it up a little bit helps your brows look more pulled up and your face look more pulled up. And as we mature, we want to look more lifted. All about getting the Spanx for the face, right? And we have serums for that for you as well. Okay, the next tip I want to give you is the 3 blush tip. Okay, the 3 blush tip. And that is, you know, a lot of us have been putting blush on the same way for years. And it's probably the same way with eyeshadow. And sometimes you just want to change it up a little bit and you want to just change the way you do things. I'm just going to grab some face powder because I just want to make sure that my face is not moist still from the face balm that I put on. I would typically do that face balm on top of makeup because it won't mess up your makeup. So just so you know, it's one of those things that you can utilize even when you already have makeup on, which is really nice. So I'm just taking a powder brush and I'm taking my fluffy Oliver powder brush. I sifted some of our silky setting powder into the lid of the jar. And the silky setting powder is also great for all skin types and all ages because the silky setting powder is a blurring powder. So a lot of women tell me, I don't want to use powder because I don't want to look aged, okay? This will not age you. This will not make you look dry. This will not settle in any kind of imperfections that you are concerned about. It actually helps buff away imperfections. And what it does is it acts like a filter on your face. So what I mean by that is when you go take a picture of yourself and, you know, whether you know how to do it or not, you know there's filters that you can put on pictures, like on Instagram or, you know, just on your phone alone. You can filter pictures. You can make your skin, your face look different. So this acts like a walking filter for your face. It's one of the things that I will not walk out of my house without because it will blur away and buff away imperfections. And as we age, this part of our face is the focal point. And sometimes our pores start becoming more pronounced through here. At least I personally have noticed that on my skin. So I'm actually taking my silky setting powder and kind of circularly pushing it into my skin. I'm not pushing hard, just circularly, in a circular motion, pushing it into my skin. And what it does is it smooths out my skin and it makes everything look soft. It gives me a light additional coverage without looking like I just put on another layer of makeup. So if you're somebody who doesn't like a lot of makeup, or you're somebody who just needs a little oomph and extra coverage, ask your beauty consultant to match you with the silky setting powder. You will really love having this because it's so light on the skin and it's plant-based. So I love that it's also plant-based. Okay, so let's talk about our cheek color. I put cheek color on over my powder because I want my cheek powder to glide on effortlessly and be nice and silky smooth. And I want it to be where I put it and not worry about moving around. Okay, so if you see here, I have several blushes here. I have several blushes, I have a contour powder, and I have a highlighter. So we're gonna be using the contour powder, the highlighter, and a blush. It doesn't matter what color blush you're using. That's what I want you to work with your beauty consultant about, is I want you to sit down with her and do a virtual or an in-person and try a new blush. Try mixing them. I love mixing blushes. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you probably what you're doing right now when you put your blush on and versus what I want you to try doing to enhance your look, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put my blush on. Like you probably most do this, start in the apple of your cheek and you go like this, up to your cheekbone, right? I'm gonna put it on dark so you can see it, okay? I'm not gonna worry so much about it looking perfect, but this is probably how most of you are putting blush on, okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with that per se, but if you wanna make yourself look more lifted and more enhanced, we're gonna try doing it this way, okay? The first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna be using different brushes because I want you to see how I'm applying it. I would typically use my blush brush for all of this, okay? So I'm gonna take step number 1, my contour powder, which is this powder right here. It comes in multiple shades. Okay, this is called Latte. If you have bronze skin, there's a darker color for you. And I'm going to apply a contour. And I'm doing that because contour makes us look more chiseled and it makes us look slimmer and it makes us look more lifted, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply our contour powder higher than you think you should. So most people are used to putting contour powders down here. Let's do this cheek the way you probably think you're doing it. Down here under your jawline, okay? I'm just gonna do this here. So this is probably how you've been taught or maybe how you're doing it yourself, under your jawline. Right down here, okay? And then you probably take your highlighting powder and you put it on top of your blush up here, okay? That's probably what you've been doing, okay? Look at that. Now, what I'm gonna do is on this side of my face, this is my under my jawline right here, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go higher with my contour powder. Now I'm using a skinny brush because I want you to see where I'm putting it. I normally would definitely just keep using my cheek brush, but you can. I'm just using an eyeshadow brush to show you the stripe. Do you see how high I put that versus under here? This is where this one is, and this is where this one is, okay? Significantly higher. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that same brush, I'm gonna take my blush, okay? And I'm gonna take the blush, I'm gonna see if I can turn my face this way, you can both see it. And the base of that contour, I'm gonna draw the line, like almost like a triangle up. You all see that? Now, I'm walking you through this so you can see the actual visualization. And then when you do it at home, you know, it's going to be a lot faster than this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same brush, or you can take a different brush. I'll take a different brush. I'm taking the highlighter, the glazed highlighter, and I'm putting that in the center of both colors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cheek brush and I'm going to blend up. Blend, blend, blend. So that I don't have any stripes on my face. And this is going to give you a beautiful blush that looks more lifted. I can't see myself very well because I have words coming up on the screen, but you can see how this side looks more lifted than this side. Can we all see that? Can we see it? Can I get closer? Are we shaking heads? Shake your head if you can see it. Helps me know. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so that's one of the tips I want to give you about blush, because it's all an illusion. And I don't care if you're 20 or if you're 55 or I'm 46, we want to look more lifted. And this is the old way of doing it. This is the healthy, glowy, lifted way of doing it, okay? And you can do it the same way with your blush brush. I use all powders, and you would just do the contour, do the blush, and then do the highlight, and then blend it. That's all you do. Super, super easy. I love this. This will be one of your favorite takeaways from tonight, to start doing your blush like this, because blush is one of the most underrated makeup applications or products. I guess women sometimes tend to skip blush, and it is what illuminates your face and brightens your face and brings it all together. People think lipstick is so important, and I think blush is so important. Okay, so that's tip. Can't remember what tip number that is. I think it's 2 or 3. So now let's talk about doing an eyeshadow lift. Okay, so I hear a lot, whether you are born with a natural hooded eye, maybe an Asian eye, or just born with a hooded eye, or you are gaining a hooded eye as we mature, as we age. That is very common, and it's frustrating. Would we say, who has hooded eyes? Anybody have hooded eyes out there? Who would like to be able to put makeup on with their hooded eye and feel a little bit more confident with doing that? Okay, so the hooded eye, kind of think of your hooded eye as, we have taught you, your Mary Kay consultant probably has taught you about contouring. And so it's kind of like contouring, but on your eyes. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to take a medium tone color. This is called Hazelnut. I prefer using a matte color. Hazelnut is matte, and I like using a matte color just because I am in my mid 40s, and I just like my crease to be more matte. You can use whatever you like. All of our shimmers are not shiny, they're more shimmery, so you can still work with them without looking aged, but it depends on your skin type. So if you feel self-conscious about it, stick the mattes, okay? So I'm gonna take the hazelnut, and I'm gonna apply the hazelnut all over my lid. Now remember, actually, should I do this eye? All over your lid, and into the crease, okay? And go higher than you think you should go. So higher than you think you should go. Here's your crease right here where your eye bends. This is your lid. This is your crease. Up here is your brow bone. So we're gonna go higher than you think you should go with the color all over, a medium tone color. Hazelnut is a great color. Every single one of you could have this in your makeup collection and get valuable use out of it. And do you see I'm kind of going in circular motions in the outer corner and going up and over, just like this, up and over. I'm kind of doing my whole eye, okay? So it's one easy color, super easy. Now you can stop there if you want it to. If you were a one and done kind of makeup girl, this could be super simple for you, but I want to show you how you can get your makeup to have that angle and that pulled up look in your crease. So what I'm going to take is one of my Mary Kay lookbooks, and I'm taking a crease brush, this angled brush right here, and I'm going to take a slightly darker color, and I'm going to use mahogany. It's this one right here on the end. It's not super dark, which is why I like it. If you like darker, you can use any darker shade. This does not have to be a brown shade. I'm using a neutral because I think neutrals are most people's preferred method. Any straight object, if you have like a velour puff, if you have like a book like I'm using, I'm gonna take this book, I'm gonna hold it on the corner of my eye, the base of my eye. I wanna show you where I'm doing this, okay? Base of my eye. I'm gonna take my brush and just kind of flick it up like this. Like that, okay? And you can see how, woo, it looks a little scary, right? It looks a little scary. I'm just gonna take that brush now and I'm gonna blend it into my crease. If you went too high, it's okay. You can just take a little bit of your blending brush and just use your finger and pull it down a little bit. I went a little too high on that one little spot. But do you see how it gave me a perfect angle right there to pull my eye up? And I'm just taking that color I applied with that brush and I'm now blending it a little bit into my crease. Doing this will automatically give you the application of where that darker color should go without having to like freehand a V or put it too low, or sometimes people put it down here in the crease and then you open your eye because you have a hooded eye and you can't see it because your hooded eye closes it. So if you do this, this is pulling the eye up and then you're going to take it and just blend it into that higher part of your crease. So when I say crease, we're talking for hooded eye, you're going to go a little bit higher than the crease, because if you're hooded, when you open your eye, your crease goes under your lid. So we're going above it, going a little bit above it. If you want to make it darker, you can just make it darker. I like mine dark. Now remember, this is like a contour almost. So what contour does is it makes the hooded look less hooded, right? So I'm just taking a blending brush right now and I'm blending this. So the biggest application tip I can give you with your hooded eyes and your any makeup you do is don't panic. You saw when I put it on, it was way up there. All I did was take my finger and wipe that little tidbit off and take my blending brush now and I'm blending it. Do you see how I'm going this direction, down, and this way? I'm not doing this. Do you see? I'm not doing that. This is no. This is yes. Because I don't want to pull this color to go gather up over here. I don't want to make my eye look like it's drooping. Okay, so doing it this way is making my eye look brighter and look less droopy. Okay, if you want to make it darker, you can make it as dark as you want. Because if you have a really hooded eye, if you darken it, it's going to help it look less hooded. It's going to help it make it open you up more, which is ironic because you think, oh my gosh, if I wear dark eyeshadow, it's going to make me look smaller. No, it's going to go make it look less hooded because it's pulling that hood that's sinking underneath in so that you don't look like you have as much of a closed eye. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of a softer color like Biscotti. We have another color called Blossom. I think this is Biscotti. And I'm going to go ahead and put that a little bit in my brow bone, not a whole lot. If you have a hooded eye, you don't want to put a ton of highlighter up here because again, this part of your eye, if you're hooded, is protruding out more, right? So we don't want to make this look like you're more hooded because we're trying to reduce that look. So just do a very close color to your skin, just to kind of blend it right there. And now, if you like to use a little shimmer, I like shimmer. This is a great opportunity to introduce a shimmery color in the inner corner of your eye. So what I like to do, let me show you my palette here, is all of these shimmery colors are very universal. So I always tell women, don't feel like you can only have to use one. You can really mix them up. I'm going to use Crystalline just because it's the first one here I see. And I'm going to put this right here in the inner corner of my eye, right here. I'm not doing my whole lid. I'm keeping my lid the way I set it up in the beginning. I'm just adding that little bit of brightness in the inner corner of my eye, right here. Okay? To open me up and make me look brighter. You can see how I look brighter there. I'm more lifted on this side of my eye. So now, to finish this eye off, before I do any kind of eyeliner is I want to make sure we're blended. And so what I always do is I always keep a brush that has no makeup left on it, free and clear. This one still has some makeup on it, but I like to keep a blending brush that looks like this, a fluffy brush, and just make sure I can blend everything that may look like it needs to be smoothed out, okay? So you can see most of what I did was blending versus applying eyeshadow. And this was really easy to do, okay? It's natural colors. Now what I'm gonna do is line my eye, and with a hooded eye, the best way you can line your eye is using the Mary Kay waterproof eyeliner pencil. We have several different liners. My preferred pencil is the waterproof retractable pencil. It looks like this because they're waterproof. They come in black, they come in brown, they come in color called steely, and they come in a really pretty blue. And this little thing on the bottom comes off. You can pull this little thing off on the bottom, and you can sharpen it to make sure you get a nice pointy tip, because that may help you when it comes to apply your eyeliner, especially the way I'm going to teach you. So especially if you have a hooded eye, because I think that's most people's issue, and even if you don't have a hooded eye, this eyeliner technique is a great way for you to just open your eyes more and also get a nice thin line going on your eye, okay? So all I'm gonna do is, I already curled my eyelashes, by the way, because you always wanna curl your lashes before you put any eye makeup on, because you don't want them to break. So I did curl them before I started with you tonight. I'm just gonna take my eyeliner pencil and I'm gonna kind of go under my eyelashes. Almost like I'm doing, filling in, like I'm trying to fill in the base of my lashes. And I'm not even worrying about it being really perfect. It's hard for me to do this because I really need to be closer to the mirror. So we're testing my skills tonight, ladies. I'm just going under my eyelashes, and if you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Under, under, under. You see how I did that? I didn't go like lift my eye up and go underneath the skin. I didn't do my waterline. I just literally went underneath my eyelashes like this. Like that. And this is super glidey. Super glidey is not even a word, but you know what I mean. It easily glides. So it really opens up the eye and makes the eye look more open. Now you can stop there. You don't have to do more eyeliner than that. If you like a super thin line, if you have a hooded eye, then this is a great tip for you, because it's going to give you an eye line without the transfer issue, and it's going to open you up, and it's not a thick line. If you don't have a hooded eye and you want to give yourself some more line, or even if you do have a hooded eye, you want a little extra, this is all, like, nothing is like so defined and ruled that you can't do this. You know, don't feel like, you know, the rule that used to be you can't wear white after Labor Day, and that's no longer a rule anymore. Just because I'm giving you these tips doesn't mean you can't do anything a different way. Okay, that's the main thing I want you to walk away with. I'm just trying to give you new tips and new techniques to play with, so you can walk out of your house tomorrow feeling a little bit like you have a bigger step in your step and a little bounce in your step. So I'm just taking my eyeliner brush. I'm just smoothing this out because I bumped it a little bit, because I'm lining my eye like 15 feet away from where I usually line. I'm usually like really close. Anybody else feel like they need to be I don't wear glasses, but I need to be really close when I line my eyes. Now, I like a thicker eyeline on my eye. I like eyeliner. Does anybody else like eyeliner? I love eyeliner. So Mary Kay has a gel eyeliner, which comes in a little pot that you can dip a brush in and line. Love it. It's more of a matte finish. We also have our waterproof liquid pen, which looks like a magic marker. And if you like a really skinny pointed pen, that's a great option for you. I'm still using the pencil. I love the pencil because those who are eyeliner challenged, I think this is the best option for you. So I like using this and teaching this because I think it goes on super soft. If you have extra skin up there, it doesn't catch on the skin, which happens sometimes, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and line my eye a little bit more just to show you. If you wanna do a natural eyeliner, I go on top of the eyelashes now, and you'll notice I just do little dashes. Just little dashes on top of my eyelashes. I use my eyelashes as a quote unquote tracer, and I'm just doing dashes. I'm not doing this. If you notice, I didn't draw a straight line. I just do little dashes to get that line. And what I'm doing is, as I'm doing those little dashes, I'm going back over and filling it in. And if you noticed, what I'm doing is I'm taking the liner pencil and I'm kind of drawing down, across and down, so that I get the line thin. And I get every little skin gap. I'm trying to fill in the skin gaps, the little hair follicle skin gaps that I may have missed. Filled in, and just like that, I have a nice eyeliner. Now, here's a great tip to make your eyes look more lifted. You know, look at the shape of our eye. You know, they go downward, right? It's like an almond shape downward. So if you want to make that eye look a little bit more lifted, you could take your eyeliner and you can just do a little kick up on the end. Now, here's the thing. As we age, this is drooping, right? So sometimes it happens to me too. This is falling a little bit, so a little kick up gets caught, right? Or you're like, I can't go anywhere because the skin's there. So you can hold your skin taut a little bit and just do a little kick up. You draw the kick up from the bottom lash line, just from the bottom lash line. And I'm not talking like a cat eye. You can do a cat eye if you want to. But I would say a majority of people in a day in, day out basis are not going to be doing a cat eye for their daily makeup. Unless maybe, you know, you have lots of time and you want to do that and that's your thing. And there's nothing wrong with it. So as I do that little kick up on the end, it now gives me a more pulled up eye appearance on my eye versus not. Now I have nothing on this eye. So, you know, I'm showing you the before and after here. Now what I'm doing, once that kick up is there, I'm going to take my pencil and just make sure it's connected to that top eye line. So that little end on the end, that little part on the end is going to be the thickest part of your eye line. So if you have eyeliner on your top lash line, the thickest part should always be on the exterior, not in the interior. You want to keep that line really thin when you get close to your nose, because you don't want a lot of dark, heavy stuff in this area because it closes in your eye and makes everything look smaller. So here, this is giving me that little pulled up appearance and pulled up and looked like I have a little lift on the outer corner without drawing that full cat eye. Now, if you want a cat eye, before this dries, if you really want to make this more of a cat eye without being too dramatic, I'm just putting more on because the thing about this eyeliner is that it's waterproof. You can take your finger and just go like this. And just push that eyeliner up. It gives you the smallest little bit of cat eye. You see what it did right there? Just a little kick up. It gives me that little slight cat eye without me having to worry about drawing that line. It gives a little fade of a kick up right there for more of a cat eye. So there's a nice way of getting a subtle starter cat eye without being like, oh my gosh, I just drew lines up my face. Before it dries, and mine was already almost dry, I was talking, just take your finger and go like this. Push it up on the end and you'll get that little bit of cat eye that will be a perfect starter for you. It also gives you a nice little lift. Now it's time for mascara, okay? And the one tip I want to give you about mascara is you can never have too much mascara. So do not put just one coat of mascara on. Do not gyp yourself. Do multiple coats. Now, one of the things I like to show people is if you wear mascara, which I would say majority of women do wear mascara, is try putting on a black-brown mascara first. It gives you a thicker appearance of lashes, and then you coat it with black on top. So I'm going to start my mascara with a black-brown Ultimate Mascara, and I'm using two different mascaras. I'm going to use the black-brown Ultimate. I'm just going to go ahead and comb up my lashes. Remember, they're already curled. Always curl your lashes before you put mascara on. If I was doing both of my eyes, I would do one coat like this. Okay, I'd coat my eyelashes, and then I would go do my other side. I'd dip it back in and go back to the first side and dip it back in and then go to the other side. I would do like 3 or 4 times going into my mascara because I want my lashes to be completely coated. And all I'm doing is brushing up from the base of my lashes, make sure I get every single tiny little eyelash with mascara. If you have sparse lashes, one of the things you can do is you could comb down a little bit before you comb up to make sure you really get that mascara going on those little tiny baby eyelashes that you barely can see. So here I have probably 2 coats maybe of black brown mascara. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to top it up. I'm going to top it off with the Lash Love Black Mascara. And you can do this with any mascara. We have Lash Love, we have our Ultimate, we have our Lash Intensity, we have our Panorama. If you have a hooded eye and you have issues with movement of makeup or just in general, I would encourage you to do your top coat of mascara, black mascara in waterproof. You will thank me for switching that. And if you have a base coat of non-waterproof or water resistant on first, which is what I have water resistant on first, it will not be hard to come off at night with your Mary Kay oil-free eye makeup remover because you have a base coat first of water resistant mascara, okay? So I have Q-tips. I live by Q-tips. I have a little bit of mascara on my skin. I let it dry first and it's just gonna flake right off. So don't panic when you get it on your skin. If you can let it dry first, it's really hard for me to do too. It flakes right off, okay? So that is with the mascara. Now, yes, one tip you can do with under your lash line, you can line under your lashes. Yes, you can. You can also put mascara under your lashes. What I typically do for liner under my lashes is I like to take the liner brush that I used to smooth out my top eyelash line, that's whatever's left over on there, and just line my bottom lash line with the excess of that product because I don't like a dark, heavy line under my eye. Or I'll take a little bit of on the brush from the pencil and just add it that way so I don't look like I have a dark, harsh, heavy eyelash line under there. Because again, as we get older, we don't want to look sallow and drawn down. So darkness here will make us look sallow and drawn down. So just make sure you go a little lighter handed with that eyeliner under your lash line. You will look more open. And if you have transfer issues, you can always skip eyeliner under the eyes. And you can also skip eyeliner mascara under the eyes if you feel as though you have challenges with mascara movement. But if you're top coating with waterproof and that's one of your issues, you will no longer have that issue. So those are a couple tips for you, especially if that's happening. And the reason it's happening is as we get older, or just in general, if you're a smiley girl, you smile a lot. And as you smile, see this pushes up, which pushes the skin up into your eye. So that's why all that moisture combines and can also make your eye makeup move if you have that issue. Not everybody has that issue. So just talk to your Mary Kay consultant about that because she can also remind you of some of those tips. And now, let's see how we're doing at time. Okay, almost there. I want to show you the last and final 2 tips. One is a lip liner tip, and the other one is an instant surgeon lift tip. And the surgeon lift tip is one of my favorites, and that's because a plastic surgeon talked about what he would do as a surgeon if he was highlighting and contouring a woman's face. So he showed what he would do like surgically, and it makes complete sense. So it's not anything, it's not something you do in the beginning. It's like your face is already done. Let's pretend this side of my face is pretty much done. So I'm gonna focus on this side of my face. I'm gonna use my concealer brush and my concealer. And so what he did was he talked about taking your concealer at the finishing of your makeup. So your makeup's done over your face. You're taking a little bit of concealer in the outer corner of your eye right there, on the corner of your nose, in an upward manner right there, and the corner of your lip. Why those 3 spots? Because as we mature, as we age, this gets droopy, this gets sallow here, the marionette lines, and our lips tend to like lose shape, right? So I'm gonna take my brush, I'm gonna blend this up. I'm not gonna worry about it being like, I don't wanna like rub it all the way in. I just wanna blend it in the upward manner. Same thing with right here on my nose. Now it's easier if your face, I have mascara on my face there. It's easier if you're not talking and smiling, because my face is bumping right there because I'm talking, but I'm going up. You see I'm going up right there, okay? And then this part right here is my favorite. This part right here is gonna pull up that eye and make everything look lifted. And if you want to do a finishing touch, you can take a little bit of that concealer and put a smidgen right here on that brow bone and put a little bit there. Hold on, make sure I have too much on my brush. And do right here through your brow bone, almost like you can see a V, a wider V through here. That's what I'm doing. Pulling that concealer up through here and cleaning up, and that will also clean up any part of your skin under here if you had any drop off from all the eyeshadow. And it pulls up your face there and there. Do you see how it's very subtle, but it lifts that face and gives a nice luminosity. It gives a nice little, nobody will think, does she have like extra makeup there? It just gives a little, like they're not too sure why you look different. I love this tip. Okay, so that's a little instant surgeon lift without going under the knife. Speaking of going under the knife, we are going to be sharing, speaking of not going under the knife, we are going to share with you tonight a secret product that's coming out in in the winter, specifically November. So stay tuned, we're almost finished. I'm going to show you how to line your lips really quickly. And I just lost some light, but I'm going to fix that. I just had to open a drawer. Okay, so the last and final tip for tonight, and then we're going to do our prize wheel, and we're going to talk about this secret product that's coming out in the fall, in the winter. So as we mature, most of us are probably lining our lips like this. It's going to be hard to talk and do this, but most of us are lining our lips like this. To the corner, all the way to the corner. Let me get a darker lipstick. Let me get a darker lip line so you can see the contrast better. I think that will be helpful. If you can see that I'm using one that's too much of my skin tone. Okay, so most of us line our lips and they take the lip liner all the way to the corner, like this. They do the widow's cheek right here, all the way to the corner, okay? Now, if you want to make your face look more lifted and you want to make your face look just a little bit more enhanced, take your lip liner slightly under the lip line. I'm saying like ever so slightly. And stop it before you get to the corner. Don't go all the way into the corner. Okay, hold on. Okay. Now, look at the difference. This looks smaller, this looks fuller already. And this looks a little bit more downward on this end. This one doesn't. So, when I go to put my lipstick on, hope I don't lose my light here. Put some lipstick on. We do have a pink. I'll put pink on. Okay. Let's see if this, now this is not blended very well because it's a lighter pink than I would normally wear. Okay, but look at the difference. This one's all the way to the corner. This one's not. You can see how this side of my face looks fuller. It doesn't look as droopy on this side of my face. I also have that little instant lift right here. So those are my, I think I counted, 6 tips for you to help you walk out the door tomorrow more confidently and enhance your beauty. And if you're feeling like you need a little oomph in your step because you know, you are a mature skinned woman like me, these are great ways to just make small little tweaks in your makeup routine and enhance your look and feel more confident about yourself. So now, with 5 minutes to spare, I'm so proud of myself. I can talk too much sometimes. If you have questions, I'll look through the questions. I'm going to actually turn the camera over to Stephanie, and we are going to share, she's going to actually screen share a new product that's being launched in the winter, and it's going to be launched in November 16th, I believe is the exact day. And Stephanie, if you could post that picture on the screen, and ladies on Facebook, we will post a picture of this in the comments below as well, so you can see it. So coming this winter, we have a very exciting product being launched, part of our clinical solutions line. It's a no needle alternative to professional injectables. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how excited I am about this product. But basically what this is going to do is give you the effects and look of what Botox does for your face without having to use a needle. That's pretty impressive. So it's going to have smoother between the brows. It's going to be a good area for that. The brows, the 11 lines, forehead, marionette lines, around here. So all those targeted areas that we are always self-conscious about with lines and wrinkles is going to be a targeted new product. And it's going to be available in mid-November. And as you can see in this graphic right here, no needles, but you get the results of a needle, not only immediately, but also over time. So it's enhanced by French lavender extract, electric daisy extract, and rosemary extract, as well as other potent antioxidants and ingredients. But it's pain-free, and I have not personally tried it yet, but I'm really excited about it, and you will hear about it. But I want you to know about it because you are very important, your VIP customers to your consultant. And so this is a little sneak peek for you that we just got wind of ourselves. And so that is going to be available to you very, very soon. So super exciting, just in time for the holidays. So I hope you guys learned something tonight. We're going to do a couple giveaways on our prize wheel. And I know that if you are a guest of a consultant and you did not put your name on the prize wheel, please make sure you put your name in the chat right now so that we include you, and we are going to do our first giveaway. I hope you guys can see the difference in my face. This has this side versus this side. Can you see the difference, everybody? I'm trying to see if I can get as much light as possible on me, but you can really see how this side looks skinnier. Does it look smaller, this side of my face? And this side, it doesn't have all the makeup on this side, obviously, but this side looks more lifted and it looks thinner. I love that. Okay, Steph, first winner. Gonna do the wheel.
Okay. So here are the names that I have. If y'all could take a look real quick. You get 10 seconds. If you did not have if you're a consultant or a guest on and it's not in this list right here, you gotta put it in the chat bar or put it in the message bar. So we'll do a countdown. 10, 9, 8. Let me know if y'all see anything in the Zoom, by the way, because I can't see the Zoom.
Okay.
7,
yeah, we're good.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Karen
1.
Miller. Is Karen Miller on there? She's not on there.
Okay, perfect. Let me add it right now.
Karen Miller. Okay.
And Karen's another new one, Mara Repetto. Mara, M-A-R-A. Okay, so I'm sorry, say it again, Mara. Oh, yes, my God. Okay, I knew she was okay. Hi, Mara.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Who's Karen? Well,
Sarah.
Let's know who your consultant is so we know who to contact. So, okay, great. So we're good? Everybody's got them on there?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, very good. Okay, and Sarah, by the way,
Yeah.
thank you. I literally have, I know they have to have as many notes as I have. Basically, I can't wait to put my makeup on tomorrow.
Good.
Okay, great. Well, let me go ahead and get all that added. So let me go ahead and do this real quick just to simplify it. Okay, and I'm going to shuffle, do a couple shuffles, and we'll do 3 door prize drawings. So
Perfect.
Here we go. Okay, we've got Gretchen. Hey, Gretchen. Okay. Let's do 2 more. Here we go. We've got Cheryl Rosa.
So Gretchen and Cheryl so far. Congratulations, ladies. One more.
Okay, here we go.
And Taylor. Awesome. Congratulations. And Taylor Bowers is the third winner. Congratulations. Guests, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you are interested in participating in the Mary Kay Makeover Contest, we would love to have you enter. Mary Kay is giving away a spa weekend at a beautiful spa in Arizona with up to, I think it's $1,000 spending money, flights, everything included, and there's winners up. So it's very probable to win. All you have to do is do a makeover with your consultant. Take an after picture and answer a question, how this makeover makes you feel. She will load it for you and you are entered into the contest. And I always say, one of my customers won a contest a couple of years ago. So it is very possible that you can win too. So don't think it's too big. It's very possible. So please, ladies, it's fun. It's a great way to try something new. It's also a great way to have a tune-up, a fresh check-up from the neck up. We all need that a couple times a year, and have a little time for yourself. So if you are interested in doing that, make sure you text your consultant afterwards and reach out to her so she can help organize that for you. Have a great night, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Bye, Facebook.